Welcome to our primer on investing with nature. In this video, we'll explore how financial institutions can play a pivotal role in scaling up nature-based solutions, or as the world faces mounting climate and biodiversity challenges, the need for innovative, sustainable investment strategies has never been greater. Nature-based solutions offer a pathway to address these global issues while also unlocking new opportunities for the finance sector. Let's begin by understanding what NBS are and why they matter for both people and the planet. Financial institutions are uniquely positioned to close the significant financing gap for nature-based solutions. Currently, private sector investment in NBS stands at just $26 billion per year, making up only 17% of total NBS investment. Yet the world needs $384 billion annually by 2025 to meet climate and biodiversity goals. Through lending, investment, and underwriting, financial institutions can redirect capital flows toward nature-positive outcomes, helping to mitigate climate and nature-related risks. Nature-based solutions have the potential to provide around 30% of the cost-effective mitigation needed by 2030 to stabilize global warming below 2 degrees C. By working with ecosystems, rather than relying solely on engineered solutions, communities can better adapt to climate change impacts. NBS not only help mitigate climate risks but also align with international frameworks like the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This video is part of the Investing in Nature series, designed to help financial institutions discover practical ways to invest in NBS. Supported by the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development and GIZ, the series includes an introductory session, 5 ecosystem-focused webinars, and a closing session. Each ecosystem, oceans, forests, freshwater farmlands, and urban areas, offers unique opportunities for NBS investment. The goal is to empower financial institutions to embark on a journey towards sustainable investments across diverse ecosystems. Nature-based solutions are actions to protect, conserve, restore, and sustainably manage ecosystems, whether terrestrial, freshwater, coastal, or marine. These actions address social, economic, and environmental challenges while providing human well-being, ecosystem services, resilience, and biodiversity benefits. NBF respects social and environmental safeguards, ensuring that local communities and indigenous peoples are engaged and benefit from these projects. BS encompass a spectrum of approaches, from human-made infrastructure with natural elements, like green roofs and permeable pavements, to the protection of natural ecosystems such as mangrove forests. Integrated approaches combine these methods for maximum impact. In urban areas, for example, green and blue infrastructure can include tree-lined streets or constructed wetlands, while natural infrastructure focuses on preserving unaltered ecosystems that provide essential services. Effective NBS require transparent and inclusive stakeholder engagement. This is especially important in developing countries, where multi-beneficial options for climate resilience can be achieved. Engaging all relevant stakeholders, including indigenous peoples and local communities, in the design, implementation, and monitoring of NBS ensures legitimacy, equity, and local ownership. Traditional knowledge enhances the effectiveness and sustainability of NBS projects. International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) has developed a global standard for NBS, consisting of 8 interconnected criteria. These include addressing societal challenges, ensuring biodiversity gain, economic viability, governance capability, equitable trade-offs, adaptive management, and mainstreaming within appropriate jurisdictions. This holistic approach ensures that NBS transforms societal challenges into benefits for both people and biodiversity. 8 principles of NBS highlight the need for a holistic approach. NBS must address societal challenges, deliver biodiversity gains, and ensure economic viability. They require strong governance, equitable trade-offs, adaptive management, and integration into local contexts. By following these principles, financial institutions and project developers can build confidence in the effectiveness and legitimacy of NBS. Nature contributes over $125 trillion annually to the global economy through ecosystem services. Financial institutions are exposed to risks from nature loss and climate change, making NBS essential for managing these risks. NBS help businesses reduce operational costs, unlock new revenue streams, and deliver environmental goods and services, all while supporting a good quality of life for communities. BS play a significant role in climate change mitigation. Studies show that NBS can provide substantial mitigation potential across ecosystems. For example, protecting forests, restoring wetlands, and sustainable land management all contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. The willingness to fund NBS is growing, and the evidence supports their effectiveness in achieving climate goals. NBS are also effective for climate change adaptation. Empirical studies have shown that NBS reduce climate impacts such as water scarcity, soil erosion, flooding, and loss of food production. By prioritizing the needs of vulnerable communities, justice-oriented NBS approaches ensure that adaptation efforts are both effective and equitable. Core requirement of NBS is that they result in net gains for biodiversity and ecosystem integrity. Investments in NBS can help countries achieve biodiversity neutrality targets and support national biodiversity strategies. Research shows that nature-based interventions for climate adaptation are strongly correlated with improved ecosystem health and increased species richness. Despite their potential, current finance flows to NBS are less than half of what's needed. UNEP's State of Finance for Nature report highlights that only $154 billion per year is invested in NBS, compared to the $384 billion required by 2025. Rapidly doubling financial flows could halt biodiversity loss, reduce emissions, and restore vast areas of degraded land. Both public and private investments must increase to meet these ambitious targets. Government spending on environmentally harmful subsidies, such as those for fisheries, agriculture, and fossil fuels, far outweighs investments in NBS. These subsidies total between USD 500 billion and 1 trillion per year, 3 to 7 times greater than current NBS investments. Private capital is mainly directed towards sustainable supply chains and biodiversity offsets, but much more is needed to shift the balance toward nature-positive outcome. Within G20 countries, most NBS finance is directed toward landscape protection, agriculture, forestry, and fishing. These sectors receive over USD 70 billion annually from domestic governments. Utilities and public services, such as water management and pollution control, also receive significant funding. Private investment, however, remains limited and is primarily focused on sustainable supply chains and biodiversity offset. Despite growing interest, several barriers hinder investment in NBS. Key challenges include limited information on returns and impact, lack of capacity within the financial sector, and a shortage of bankable projects. The complexity of nature means returns are often uncertain, making NBS less attractive to risk-averse investors. High transaction costs and the immaturity of the asset class further complicate scaling up investment. Another challenge is the risk of greenwashing, where activities are labeled as NBS without adhering to recognized standards or delivering real benefits. This can undermine trust and exclude traditional beneficiaries, such as indigenous peoples and local communities. Clear, science-based guidelines are essential to ensure that investments truly deliver nature-positive outcomes and avoid unintended negative consequences. Despite the challenges, investing in NBS offers a range of opportunities for financial institutions. NBS can generate economic returns, open new markets, and provide quantifiable benefits. By directing capital to NBS, financial institutions can identify and mitigate climate and nature-related risks in their portfolios, while supporting the transition to net zero and nature-positive strategies. NBS projects can generate revenue through various mechanisms, such as user charges, tax incentives, subsidies, credit trading systems, and payments for ecosystem services. For example, users of ecosystem services may pay fees or financiers may benefit from tax rebates and subsidies. Carbon and biodiversity offsets also provide revenue streams, making NBS more attractive to private investors. Beyond direct revenue, NBS can improve product yields such as higher agricultural output through sustainable land management. Products and services with sustainability accreditation can command higher prices, while strong natural systems increase resilience to market changes. Investing in NBS can also lower future operational costs, making them a smart long-term strategy. NBS investments contribute directly to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. By supporting climate action, biodiversity, clean water, and sustainable cities, NBS help build resilient communities and economies. Financial institutions can play a transformative role by aligning their strategies with these global objectives. In urban areas, NBS can include green roofs, tree-lined streets, and constructed wetlands. These solutions help manage stormwater, reduce urban heat, and improve air quality. Financial institutions can support urban NBS projects through green bonds and innovative financing mechanisms, contributing to healthier, more sustainable cities. Coastal ecosystems such as mangroves and wetlands provide critical services like flood protection and carbon sequestration. Investing in the restoration and protection of these areas can yield significant returns, both financially and environmentally. Financial institutions can leverage blended finance and insurance products to support coastal NBS. Sustainable land management practices on farmlands, such as agroforestry and regenerative agriculture, enhance soil health, increase yields, and sequester carbon. Financial institutions can support these practices through targeted investments, helping farmers transition to more sustainable and profitable operations. Forests are vital for carbon storage, biodiversity, and ecosystem services. Investments in forest conservation and restoration can generate carbon credits and support biodiversity offsets. Financial institutions can play a key role by financing sustainable forestry projects and supporting certification schemes. Freshwater ecosystems, such as rivers and wetlands, are essential for clean water and flood control. NBS in these areas can include wetland restoration and sustainable water management. Financial institutions can support these projects through innovative financing, ensuring long-term water security and ecosystem health. Blended finance combines public and private capital to de-risk investments in NBS. By leveraging grants, concessional loans, and guarantees, financial institutions can attract more private investment into nature-positive projects. This approach helps scale up NBS and ensures that projects are financially viable and impactful. Green bonds are an effective tool for financing NBS projects. By issuing bonds linked to specific environmental outcomes, financial institutions can raise capital for projects like reforestation, wetland restoration, and sustainable agriculture. Green bonds also attract investors seeking sustainable and responsible investment opportunities. Insurance products can be designed to support NBS by covering risks associated with natural disasters and ecosystem restoration. For example, insurance can provide payouts for coastal restoration after storms or incentivize sustainable land management. These products help de-risk investments and encourage broader participation in NBS. Innovative financing models such as pay-for-success contracts and impact investing are emerging as effective ways to fund NBS. These models tie financial returns to measurable environmental outcomes, ensuring accountability and maximizing impact. Financial institutions can lead the way by piloting and scaling these approaches. To scale up NBS investments, the financial sector must build capacity in assessing risks, structuring deals, and measuring impact. Training, knowledge sharing, and collaboration with experts are essential. By investing in skills and tools, financial institutions can better evaluate and support NBS projects. Successful NBS investments require the engagement of a wide range of stakeholders, including governments, communities, NGOs, and the private sector. Collaborative approaches ensure that projects are designed and implemented in ways that maximize benefits and minimize risks. Financial institutions can facilitate these partnerships and drive collective action. Robust monitoring and evaluation systems are crucial for tracking the performance of NBS projects. By measuring environmental, social, and financial outcomes, financial institutions can ensure accountability and continuous improvement. Transparent reporting builds trust with investors and stakeholders, supporting the long-term success of NBS investments. Supportive policies and regulations are essential for scaling up NBS investments. Governments can create enabling environments through incentives, standards, and frameworks that encourage private sector participation. Financial institutions can advocate for policies that align with sustainable finance and nature-positive outcomes. NBS investments should align with global frameworks such as the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework and the Sustainable Development Goals. By doing so, financial institutions can contribute to international efforts to combat climate change, protect biodiversity, and promote sustainable development. Just transition ensures that the shift to nature-positive investments supports decent work and social inclusion. NBS projects should prioritize the needs of vulnerable communities and create opportunities for employment and skill development. Financial institutions can champion inclusive approaches that leave no one behind. There are many examples of successful NBS investments, from green bonds to blended finance and insurance products. By learning from these best practices, financial institutions can replicate and scale effective models. Sharing knowledge and experiences accelerates progress toward a nature-positive future. UNEP Finance Initiative brings together banks, insurers, and investors to catalyze sustainable finance globally. For over 30 years, UNEP FI has helped shape the sustainable finance agenda, providing frameworks and guidance for addressing environmental, social, and governance challenges. Financial institutions can leverage UNEP FI's resources to advance their NBS strategies. Unlock the full potential of NBS, financial institutions should integrate nature-positive strategies into their core business models. This includes assessing risks and opportunities, building capacity, engaging stakeholders, and leveraging innovative finance tools. By taking proactive steps, the finance sector can drive meaningful change for people and the planet. In summary, nature-based solutions offer a powerful approach to addressing climate, biodiversity, and development challenges. Financial institutions have a critical role in scaling up investments, overcoming barriers, and seizing opportunities. By working with nature rather than against it, the finance sector can help build a more sustainable and resilient future. Time to act is now. Delayed action is no longer an option in the face of climate change, biodiversity loss, and land degradation. Financial institutions must transform their relationship with nature, embracing innovation and collaboration to scale up NBS investments. Together, we can unlock the full potential of nature for people, planet, and prosperity. To deepen your understanding of NBS and sustainable finance, explore the full Investing in Nature webinar series and accompanying primers. These resources provide practical insights, case studies, and tools to support your journey toward nature-positive investments. Stay informed and connected with the latest developments in the field. Join the UNEP Finance Initiative Network to access leading sustainability frameworks, guidance, and a global community of financial institutions committed to sustainable development. Visit unepfi.org for more information, resources, and opportunities to get involved in advancing nature-based solutions worldwide. Thank you for joining us on this journey into investing with nature. By embracing nature-based solutions, financial institutions can drive positive change for the environment, society, and the economy. Together, let's invest in a future where people and nature thrive side by side.